Bing bong bong bong. Bong 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 bong. Bing bong bong bong. Bong 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 bong. Hello, people. Hello, my folks. Hello, my folks. Wagwan. Sunfruit, hello. Jayla Mink, hello. Miami pushed the limit. Noel Trent, thank you for the birthday present. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are aware of this cult called CarbonNation, right? The question I want to ask you up front. So up North Carolina, the question I want to ask you up front, though. Is it necessarily a bad thing that they want to take ownership of CarbonNation and make it right? Let me know what you think about that. Is it a bad thing that these individuals, Chief Bucktooth and Queen Blood Raina, is it a bad thing that they want to take ownership of CarbonNation and make it right? That's the first question. Let me know your answer in the chat. Anyone can respond. Do you think that it's a bad thing necessarily that these individuals, Chief Bucktooth and Blood Raina, want to take accountability or take ownership and make the CarbonNation ship right, to do the whole CarbonNation thing the right way? Let me know your answer before I move on. Let me know your answer, anyone, before I move on. Is it necessarily a bad thing that these two individuals want to take ownership, I guess, of whatever, and then move and make it right? Okay, they're kind of lame for trying to revamp it, right? For trying to revamp it. I think there's one way maybe they could have done it, though. Let me know what you think about this. Like, imagine if they had come on the camera. Imagine if they had come on camera and said, I'm so sorry, y'all. I still don't know if I know what I'm doing. I'm asking you to help us, to work with us. Let us know things we can do along the way. Help us be the best versions of ourselves that we can. You all helped us as we fumbled our way through this demonic cult. You all helped us. We ask that you help us try to rebuild this thing to something that really, really should work. Maybe not with that knowledge, but we can come up with something, because it's imperative that we should XYZ, get up on our own 2 feet, live on our own, do our own thizzle. All right. I like that. Now, to the topic of the actual video here. Because one of the apparent leaders, the chief, what's his name? Solar, that you all call Bucktooth. He says that we should disassociate the Natureboy name from the cult itself, the cult that he created, right? He thinks we should get the Natureboy word out our mind whenever CarbonNation is spoken. This is an individual, not really intelligent, but whatever. He calls himself the chief. Natureboy didn't hand it down to him. He seems to be excited that he's got some LLC and that Nature Boy gave him permission to put the whole thing in his name and that he now has the rightful ownership of CarbonNation. I'm the rightful owner. I got it. Nature Boy told me to sign it. He told me to put it in my name, and you know what? I did. And I'm now the owner. He says, don't think about Nature Boy when you think about CarbonNation. Does this idiot know how difficult it is to take Nature Boy and Nature Boy, his whole energy and his spirit? Do they know how difficult it is for the people on the outside that saw all the foolishness, that predicted the foolishness, that saw their participation in the foolishness? We can see what's going on. It'll still be CarbonNation Nature Boy. Definitely. It'll take years. And whatever they come up with has to be 10 times better up front on day one, whatever they come up with. And they're already failing in the process right now. The way they're setting it all up, super fail. The way they're trying to get you to understand it, super fail. The way they're treating people in the chat who disagree, calling it poison, super fail. The way they're already just calling themselves a chief, instead of begging or asking if we could respect them as chief, super fail. Super fail. These motherfuckers think it's some business. Is it a business? Is it a nonprofit? You're an owner of the cult. But not only that, get this. He says even during the actual CarbonNation, he was doing the real stuff in the background when the camera wasn't on. This buck-toothed beaver, this dude with a buck-toothed spirit, said that the whole time when CarbonNation was demonic, when all the energy was devil, when they went against their original intent, this dude, Bucktooth, said he was in the background doing the real work as the real chief when the cameras was off. Come on. I need Musa to say so. I need someone other than Velvet to agree with that part. Come on. This doesn't make him look any better when he says these things. It makes him look more of a chump. It makes him look more of a sucker. It makes him look like he's lying. It makes him look more of a punk and a weak dude that's never fit to be a leader. Because no leader would ever allow the truth to play a role in the background. No leader, Mr. Bucktooth Spirit, no leader would ever allow the truth to play a role in the background. No real chief would play the background of a fake chief on purpose. What is he talking about? So you see, these individuals are hoping that the stupidity that they learned from Nature Boy internalized into them would fool us like Nature Boy fooled them. But Nature Boy is all they have as a teacher. That's all they have as an example. And he got the nerve to say, you should dissociate Nature Boy from CarbonNation. No, that's what you do, Bucktooth. That's what you do to rationalize the things that you're doing now. That's what you did to rationalize staying there in the first place. You dissociated Nature Boy from CarbonNation while you were there. That's why you never put your hands on Nature Boy. That's why Nature Boy, if he did have a role in killing your daughter, that's why you didn't play any role in it. You never really blamed him to his face for that, because you dissociated him from CarbonNation. So how is this going to work? Are we supposed to dissociate the fact that you were a slave of CarbonNation? Are we supposed to Are we supposed to dissociate also the fact that you were a fuck boy for CarbonNation, and now we're supposed to look at you like a king or a chief when you never overthrew the former chief? That's the only way we would respect you, dude. Sir, Chief Bucktooth, the only way we would ever respect you as a leader of CarbonNation is if you physically overtook it and if you won the respect of the Moosas and the Aarons and the and the Mama Nines, if you won the respect of even all your former CarbonNation members, if you won any, that's the only time we would be respecting you, Chief Bucktooth. And that would still be a reach if we would respect you after that, dude. He is still a pawn in our eyes. So how can he expect to be treated as a king? He's going to continue to be disrespected. He's going to continue to be a joke. He's going to continue to look super delusional. And we're just going to sit back and watch it. We're going to sit back and watch it. Solar can't understand why his Nature Boy act ain't working. Exactly. Maybe because he would only respect a Nature Boy telling him to shut the fuck up. He would only respect a Nature Boy telling him to shut the fuck up, sit down, relax. You are not who you think you are to us. Ain't nothing fly about you. Don't nobody care about the little jewelry that you're wearing or the silly little tattoos on your face. You are not who you think you are in the real world. And we don't respect you or your CarbonNation. We don't respect your CarbonNation or the older CarbonNation as a staff, as a company, as a record label, as a nonprofit LLC. We don't respect none of it. Because you didn't respect mama. You didn't respect yourself. You didn't respect your own mama or your own father. And you didn't respect the path. You didn't respect the journey, shawty. So we don't respect you until you go back to ground zero. Find another teacher that we can respect. Where you can learn not only some new knowledge, but you could learn how to be a teacher. How to be a leader. You know what I mean? Because you're still coming off. You are still giving. I'm a little sucker and I'm just trying to take advantage because the nigga's not around. I'm just trying to take advantage of his lady because he ain't around right now. I'm a little sucker right now. I'm just trying to take advantage of a situation I happen to have in my lap right now. I can finally have the queen. And all you people are worried about is associating CarbonNation with Nature Boy. I can have the queen now. That makes me the actual king. Once you take the king's woman, that makes you the king. I don't have to overtake the king to take his kingdom. I got to take his woman. And that, boom, I did that. You know what I mean? And so did a bunch of other dudes. Whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. But I did that. That's the only way, Mr. Chief Bucktooth. That's the only way where you would have begun to get some respect as a chief of CarbonNation is if you had overthrown Nature Boy in person. Or if you had found a way to convince the other sleepy members that you were really the leader and that they trusted you and started following you. While Nature Boy was there, that would have been great, interesting to see, right? That would have been an interesting plot twist to see one of the members of CarbonNation there with Nature Boy, and they're in Costa Rica or something. But one member is able to be seen as smarter, stronger, more efficient, more nature type. And that all the members began to see this other dude and they began to look at Nature Boy's hypocrisy and that they started convincing this other dude to take over CarbonNation the real way. That way you could keep the name. That way you could keep the name if you really wanted it. You can keep the woman. You can take the booty, right? When you are out here as a pirate or whatever, you out here looking for booty. You can take the former king, the former chief's booty if you want. Take care of the former chief's kid if you want. But only in a respectable way. Now, You're literally going into the trash and saying, "Hey, here's the paperwork. It's my name on it. I can still do the carbonation thing. Hello." I know nobody wants it. I know nobody out here, not even former members, respects it. But I'm taking it out the trash. I'm gonna dust it off and bring it back because I can't live off and create no other steam myself. So they're literally riding off of the steam built up by Nature Boy. They're hoping that they can convince the silly ass followers to respect them and to dissociate. It's one thing to respect you, Sir Chief Bucktooth, which is very difficult. But it's a whole other thing to like join a cult run by you that's going to be called CarbonNation. I'm sorry, it's just not going to work. What you think, Nature Boy? Think about all this. I know he's pissed. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's the least of Nature Boy's concerns at the moment, as he hopes to get more loot in his commissary. I'm imagining that's the main issue with Nature Boy. How can I get some more loot in my commissary? That's pretty much it with Nature Boy, I think. Yeah, he's among the menses in them. So thank y'all for pressing that like button. And look, so that's the thing. You have these delusional people giving themselves names, trying to give you a way to respect his carbonation by dissociating Nature Boy from it. And we're supposed to do the mental gymnastics. When you haven't even presented any new plan for carbonation, you haven't written down any new bylaws for carbonation, you haven't shown anybody the paperwork that you're still talking about. You own this cult called carbonation. You haven't done any. We don't know if you own anything, dude. You think we're just going to believe you because you were a slave to Nature Boy? Acting like you ran away from the cult and just put your foot down and said you are done with the cult. Nah, you waited until he was thrown in jail. And even then, you were still outside the jail looking like a buck-toothed dummy. Looking like a buck-toothed dummy, wondering what the hell. And it's not until time passes you realize, uh-oh, he done did something real bad. He's still in jail. What the hell we gonna do? And then you walk away. Come on. Jayla Ming, hello. Greetings, Angelina. Happy birthday. Belated, right? Happy belated to you. So this is what's important to conclude here on this video. And this is what Chief Bucktooth has to always understand. Demons can also vibrate high, right? Demons can also seem like they're really spiritual people. Demons can also, deal with women whose vagina smells. Demons can also be the ones with fishy dick. Demons can know a whole lot about the universe and spirituality and 369. Demons can come off like they are right next to God. So I ask you to consider, is it in any way possible for this new carbonation to be filled with gods? Or could it only be filled with demons? Could it only possibly be filled with demons? Because it has a demonic energy? Because the whole history of it was demonic? The leader of it created it in a demonic manner? What could it possibly be when you call it carbonation? What could it possibly be? So that's why it's weird. Their whole plan on joining carbonation in the first place was stupid. The people who were brought over to carbonation were not the chosen, y'all. They were not the chosen just because Nature Boy chose you. They call themselves the chosen, as if the 144,000 that Common talks about in his song, they think they're the chosen, literally, because Nature Boy chose them. That's why you chosen Shorty. No. There are plenty of people that Nature Boy chose. Plenty of people that Nature Boy didn't choose. You all were chosen because you were so broken. That's easy. Broken attracts broken. Nature Boy was broken. It's like a nature broke carbonation, a broken nation. That's what it was. He attracted the broken, not the chosen. This is what's getting these weirdos, Velveeta Cheese, and Sir Bucktooth. This is what's getting them confused because they still think that they're the chosen. They were just taken down a path to get stronger, but they think they can start something again because, after all, they are the chosen. No, not just because Nature Boy chose you. You aren't the chosen just because you're looking for something different. A lot of people are looking for something different, but the test is always, what is your discernment like? Not so much what this person out here is doing. What is your discernment is like? And y'all have proven that your discernment is horrible by joining the CarbonNation, staying there for as long as you did, participating. And now we suspect you're even worse with this next move that you're doing. We suspect you're even worse with your discernment with this next move that you're doing. You've got no reason to believe that you've got the sharpest discernment in the world only after Nature Boy goes to jail. That's not how it is, dude. That's not, because that's the only time you think your discernment was important to listen to. After Nature Boy got thrown in jail. You were a coward the entire time. How can you go from coward to chief? I've heard of that book, From Niggas to Gods. I've heard of that book. I read that book when I was in college. From Niggas to Gods. I ain't never heard no book, From Cowards to Chiefs. I ain't never heard no book like that, From Cowards to Chiefs. Because even when you go from niggas to gods, it got nothing to do with you leading nobody, leading people. It's meant to be a control of your environment, control of your situation, going from a nigga to God. But going from a coward, meaning a slave of a fake chief, a slave of a antichrist, going from that to a chief, how the hell? And trying to use the same name of the same tribe in which you are only known for being a coward in? Let's say CarbonNation with this exact name has been around for what, 2 years, 3 years, as opposed to Melanation, which was a year or two before that. For all we know about CarbonNation so far, given the time and reputation, all we know is fuckboy, bullshit, fraud, corruption, sex cult. I mean, what are you two going to do to reverse all that imagery, all that perception, especially when you all played a major role in all those realities of CarbonNation in the past? You're not just coming along as new people who were just watching and then taking the name, claiming you're going to do something better. You all are actual participants of a fuckboy nation trying to turn that fuckboy nation into something into something serious, into something respectable. It ain't happening. That's literally something a demon would do. That's devil business, trying to push the issue to convince you that everything that you've done, which was all demonic, should be dissociated from what you want to do now, which is allegedly beautiful, heavenly shit. Because CarbonNation stands for heaven, according to Sir Bucktooth. You guys need to dissociate Nature Boy from CarbonNation, because in my mind, which we have been questioning since day one, in my mind, says Chief Bucktooth, CarbonNation is heaven. The purest essence of heaven. All the walks I had with Nature Boy, the private walks, the private circle jerks, the private stuff that we did with Nature Boy that you guys never saw because you guys are always tearing us down. Nature Boy was great. I mean, CarbonNation was great before you guys got involved. You, the internet. You tore Nature Boy down. You made him abuse all of us. And now he's in jail. And now we're all split up. And now I got to make it all up and start Nature Boy's carbonation all over again and give Nature Boy and his creation a good name. Imagine that. Taking something that the devil created and deciding, hey, I'm going to use your creation and give it a good name. I'm going to give it something. I mean, that's like another kind of Columbusing. This dude, Sir Bucktooth, is trying to Columbus carbonation. Just like Peanut Green say, y'all niggas are so lost. And you're more lost because you think you are divinely guided. You are more lost, and the case is worse because you all think that you are divinely guided. That's how really scary it is. So shout out to Musa and Aaron and Kendra. They seem to be the ones that are sort of on the right path, as opposed to these ego-driven, unhealed, dirty, fishy dick having, sleeping with the enemy for most of your spiritual, path type of people. Like, you can't go from demon to God. You definitely can't go from demon worshiper to God. Like, I mean, it's like, wait a minute. I can almost understand, right? Maybe a Nature Boy type who did all this, created all this. I can see him turning over a whole new whole new leaf and just doing the exact opposite. Creating something and making up for his creation, right? But these people are trying to make up for a fuckboy's creation. I don't get it, y'all. They didn't do much to create the thing. And we don't believe you, Solar, that you own it. Where is the paperwork? We need evidence these days when you all open your mouth about anything, right? Because you're associated with Nature Boy. You want us to separate the two, but we can't, right? We can't. And it is what it is, right? A breaking up of the band. It is what it is. So I just think, number one, something to consider is, yeah, maybe they're trying to say they fucked up everything and want to do it over. Maybe they're trying to say that. Well, you could name it something else. Your audience kind of knows what carbonation is. It's trash, and all of you all were intimate with that trash. Intimately close with that trash. So that means we can expect more trash. And that's exactly what y'all have been giving the internet even today. Trash from Velvet. Trash from Solar. People who think they're smarter than they are. Beware, y'all. Beware. Megalomaniacs, narcissistic, people who always want to tell you about their bloodline like you got to respect it or something. People who try to act like they are so concerned with their rank in the spiritual world, but none of them were concerned with anybody's rank in the spiritual world when you were a slave to Nature Boy. You didn't care if Nature Boy was disrespecting people who had serious rank in the spiritual world out here. Y'all didn't care. You definitely weren't going to open your mouth about it. So it's so weird to see these weirdos trying to do what they are trying to do. I don't care if Solar is sleeping with Velvet. That's not an accomplishment per se. Although in his head, he's living out all of his carbonation fantasies. He's living it all out. He's living it all out. He's so far had every woman that Nature Boy has had and counting. As long as so he feels like he slept with the same women Nature Boy slept with. Nah, but anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. We'll see how this do-over goes. We'll see how they try to make over. Maybe they can go to some new TV show and say, pimp my cult. They're gonna need somebody to pimp out their carbonation cult. Turn it into some my cult out. Remake my cult. Let's get this joint remodeled all together. No. Do your own thing. Be you. Enjoy what you can create, right? Be proud of something that you could create from your own mind and not from the mind of a demon, not from an experience you had worshiping a demon. And I want to remind everyone again, none of you who claims to have any connection to your spirit should actually respect anybody who at any point worship the devil. And that's all we got to say on that. These motherfuckers talking about their knowledge, all while worshiping a demon type of dude. Crazy, y'all. Absolutely nuts. But I'm going to leave this right here. I want to thank y'all for coming through. Keep it short. And hopefully you all enjoy the rest of your day. Probably when I get out of this car, I'm going to be going through a lot of pain. This is like the second time I'm trying to get in the car again. And it's probably not going to feel too good. But anyway, we'll be all right. Everything will be good pretty soon. Happy holidays to everybody. Enjoy the rest of the day, y'all. Peace. This is your boy Marwan. Nature Boy and CarbonNation are pretty much inseparable. Inseparable. And it is what it is. Peace out, y'all.